Good afternoon, everyone. This is Learning Chromebook. I'm Ron Brown. This is March 23rd, and I'll be sort of your co-host today. The other person, of course, responsible for the show is... Unmute yourself.
No, it's better if I don't.
And he is...
Me. And I'm Huey Poplock, and I'm sitting in sunny Florida.
Excellent.
And you're not.
And I'm not. No, it's just started to rain here. So anyway, welcome to Learning Chromebooks. We have a great show for you today. We have we want to get on with it because we prepared two videos for you. I'm going to start with the first video, and I'm going to show you it's self-explanatory, and I'll play it for you. As most of you probably will want to go back and replay these videos. These will be posted to our, Huey posts them to his site, I post them on our Tech for Senior site as well. And as well, the Learning Chromebook, the whole show will be sent out to you as a link as well. So you don't have to take notes, just sit back and relax and enjoy the video. The first one is mine, and it's about 20 minutes long, and it's going to give you a rare glimpse into the future of what's coming to Chromebooks over the next 24 months, which I think you'll find very interesting. And then we've got some tips for you as well. Then I have a short talk I want to do, and then Huey has his version, which will be about, what, 30 minutes, Huey? Unmute yourself.
Yeah, it's I think around 18 or 19 minutes.
Right. So we'll have a little time for question and answer at the end, and we'll see how we do. So let's get on with the show, as they say, and I will we'll get on. Good morning, or good afternoon, or whatever time of day it is in your area. I'm Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. Today I'm going to talk about Chrome OS 1.11. Chrome OS 1.11 has been out for a couple of weeks now, so you should have this automatically loaded on your Chromebook. Remember, if you're a lid closer like I am and don't actually turn it off, you'll need to turn your computer off and back on to make sure that the update gets installed. If you turn your computer off at night, no problems. It'll automatically be installed for you. So have a look. We've done lots of videos on how to check what version you're in, but check your version and see if you have Chrome OS 1.11. In this video, I have a special presentation for you. We're going to talk about 3 new features coming to the future of the Chrome OS. This is very interesting for us following each monthly change in the Chrome OS. And then we're going to follow this up with 4 new features of Chrome OS 1.11. So in 2011, 12 years ago, when I bought my first Chromebook, the Chrome operating system was very different. We, of course, had a Chrome browser, which we used in Windows, but then there was this new thing called a Chromebook, and we had an operating system that was called Chrome OS. And in that operating system, we had a Chrome browser. The Chrome browser back then was very different than it is now. The menuing system was totally different than the Chrome browser that we had in Windows. So the Chrome browser in Chrome OS was baked in. It was part of the operating system and integral to the Chromebook. So when the Chrome browser, which we use for Windows, got updated, it often would be updated many times before ultimately the Chrome OS that we had on our Chromebooks would get updated. And in that update came the changes to the Chrome browser, which of course had been present for quite a while on the Windows version. This indeed was a big problem, and over the years Google tried to make this update time between the Chrome browser on Windows and our Chrome OS a lot shorter. And over the past few years, Google has changed the menuing system so that the menuing system in the Chrome browser in our operating system is now exactly the same as it is with the Windows browser. So they are now the same. As we've talked about this last year, they have also increased their update schedule so that the versions of the Chrome browser in Windows equals and matches the Chrome browser that is baked into our Chrome OS on the Chromebooks. So we're getting pretty close. It's looking like it's very similar. They have agreed to upgrade our Chrome OS monthly to keep up with the monthly upgrades of the Windows Chrome browser. So we're pretty good. Everything seems to be matching. The menus are the same. The updates are coming the same in each month. So what is about to change? And here's a very interesting look into the future. So I want to talk about a developers conference that occurred in January of 2023. I'll put the link in the bottom so you can replay it if you want. But in the developers conference, there was a session run by a man by the name of Demian Renzulli. And he is the lead software development engineer on the Chrome OS development team. So let me tell you 3 things that are coming in the next 24 months to the Chrome OS that I think you'll find very interesting. But the first thing I want to talk about is channels. And we haven't talked a lot about that before. So I want to show you what a channel is on your Chromebook. So let's have a look at this. All right, let's have a look at channels. You'll see my cursor here. We're going to take the cursor on my Chromebook and come down to the bottom right here. Let's click this and you'll see this menu comes up. We're going to come up now and we're going to click Settings. Let's come over and we're going to come way over here to the left down to Chrome OS. Click this and this of course brings up this menu here. Now this tells you of course what version of Chrome OS you have. I'm on 1.11, which we know, but I'm going to come down way down to the bottom to additional details. We've gone through these other features in past editions, but we're going to come down to additional details, what we haven't talked about before. Let's click this. And now we're going to see channel. Okay, this is interesting. We're going to talk about this. And this is also where we can find out about how long our Chromebook is going to get security updates. And you'll see mine is available until June of 2024. So let's come up to channel. We're going to talk about this now. And we're going to see what changing the channel means. Let's click this. And now you'll see we have 3 options. We have the stable channel, which we are on, and all of you will be on the stable channel. We have the beta channel, which I'll talk about in a minute. Of course, we have the developer channel, and this, of course, is unstable. Now, if I wanted to change and go to the beta channel, I would click this button. It then would reload a different version of the Chrome operating system. It would be the beta version. So before changing your channel, it's very important that you back up your data to make sure it's safe. Changing the channel will require a reboot of your Chromebook. So let's go back and look at the stable channel. Over the past year, we've talked a lot about new features coming out in the Chrome operating system in the stable channel. But I've showed you how that you can get some of the features through a menu system called flags, and you'll see that up top. You simply type that link into your browser, and that opens up all the developmental applications on your Chrome OS that they're working on. And you can actually toggle these on and off. Pretty cool. So we're able on the stable channel to turn these features on and off through this flag menu system. A good example of that in the past year has been that great feature with the pop-out calendar. This was a game changer for me. It was really missing in the Chrome OS. So now we have that in the stable channel. I'm so excited. But we had that 6 months before everybody else because I showed you how to turn that on in the flags menu in the stable channel. Well, if you go to the beta channel, then that would have been there all that time and you wouldn't have to turn it on with the flag because the beta channel has all the applications that will be in there for the next release. So that's an option for you. It's a good one, and you certainly can do that. The worrisome part is, though, that you might really like something in the beta channel and it just doesn't make it to the final release. Then, of course, we have the developers channel. Now, they said that's unstable. Well, that's not really true. It's very stable, but the problem is that a lot of the applications that are developed will never make it to the final cut, so to speak. And if you really like something, it just may not get there. So usually with the beta channel, most of the stuff gets through to the final version. So you can play with this, choose your choice. And let me tell you about a change that is occurring though. So here is the first change that's going to occur. I want you to look at this image that was taken from the developers conference. And you'll see on the graph that you'll see the stable channel 4-week cycle updates all the way to August of 2023. In fact, if you go specifically to the Google site, it will tell you exactly what the time and date of these updates and releases are. I sort of thought they used to just make them up when it was done, but no, it's actually quite an impressive schedule they have. Well, the change that's going to occur are 2 new channels. There's going to be the long-term candidate channel and the long-term stable channel. And these are for developers because one of the problems developers were having was that when you change the operating system each month, you have to keep going back to test it each month if you're working on a project. This created a lot of difficulty for application developers. So now they're going to have 2 new channels that the operating system will be stable either on a 3-month basis or a 6-month basis so they can actually work on development of applications. So you'll be seeing this. I don't have this yet. This is a new feature that's coming out and you might find that, and that's 2 additional channels. Now the second feature I want to talk about is a huge one, and this is an architectural change in the Chrome OS. And let me explain what this is going to be. Remember we talked about earlier that the Chrome browser is baked into the Chrome operating system in Chrome OS. You understand that. We've talked about it many times. Well, this is all going to change. And the Chrome browser in the Chrome OS will be separated. And it will be an independent app. In other words, it'll be no longer baked into the Chrome operating system. I suspect this will be an enormous advantage because probably the Chrome app that we use on a Windows PC will be the same one that we'll be using on the Chromebook. So they won't have to recreate it each month. It likely will be a PWA, which will be a progressive web app. And that will lead into my next topic. But we've already seen signs of this change. You'll see that, of course, Zoom only has a PWA now that works on your Chromebook. Any other apps in the web store are all gone, and the only one now for Zoom is your PWA. The other one, of course, is the recently released Microsoft Office 365, which, of course, is a PWA for the Chrome operating system. We'll be talking about more about that in a future edition. But these are all changes that have occurred, which will lead me into the third and final big change that's coming. So the third and final feature I'd like to talk about are the Chrome apps on your Chromebook. On your Chromebook, we have really 2 types of apps. We have apps that have been specifically designed for your Chromebook that you probably found in the Chrome Web Store. You also have, of course, Android apps that work on your phone, and you found those in the Play Store, and these are now running on your Chromebook. That's great. That was a great feature that was brought in, oh, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 years ago. So those are the type of apps that you have on your Chromebook. But what is changing is the apps that are specifically designed for your Chromebook will be all going away, and these will be replaced by progressive web apps. In fact, you will never have apps per se on your Chromebook anymore. They will all be progressive web apps or extensions to the Chrome browser. There will be no more apps specifically designed for your Chromebook. As I said, we've already seen examples of this with Microsoft's new product and of course Zoom. And you'll find that all of the apps that you have will be replaced slowly over the next 2 years with PWAs or extensions. I suspect you'll probably still be able to use your Android apps from the Play Store. All changes that are occurring slowly over the next 24 months. So that's a glimpse into the next 24 months of changes that are coming to Chrome OS. Now let's look at 4 new or updated features you'll find in your operating system. In Chrome OS 1.10, autocomplete redesign. The Chrome OS launcher is a powerful tool that helps users unearth applications, documents, search queries, and more. Chrome OS 1.10 refines the launcher's search capabilities with better auto-completion, more defined search results, and improved keyboard selection. Let's check out how this works on my Chromebook. So on my Chromebook, you'll see here we have my mouse. We're going to come down to the bottom, which is the shelf. We're going to come along the shelf to the little button on the left-hand side, and this is called the launcher. If you hover over it, you'll see a little sign that comes up. Where are we here? That says launcher, and we now click this, and this is going to bring up our launcher. If you look at the top, this is the search. If you come down here, you can see your apps, but if you were going to look at the search application within the launcher. So if we click here, I'm going to add 3 words, 3 letters, and CHR. Now, those 3 letters is going to do searching on your Chromebook, and the first thing you're going to see here is best match. So it's going to sort of try and find what I'm looking for based on those 3 letters, and this is its guesstimate of the first 3 things that probably I'm looking for. It's going to try and read my mind. And then it's going to come down, it's also going to think, well, maybe he also wants a website. So it's going to come down and it's going to look based on those 3 letters. As you can see, the first 3 letters are highlighted. It comes down and these are the 3 websites that it is thinking I'm going to look for. It also is wondering about files. Maybe these are files that I've recently opened. And as I come down here, you'll see that it's selected those files for me. And that's all based on these 3 letters, CHR, that I've just typed in the search. So try this in your launcher. This is a very powerful tool, and it's improved in Chrome OS 1.10. Keyboard diagnostics. Building on the Chrome OS Diagnostic System web app, the diagnostic tool that comes pre-installed on Chrome OS now gives users the ability to manually test connected keyboards. In the diagnostic app, you will now find a keyboard tab. When launched, you can test each and every key on the keyboard to make sure the device is registering keystrokes. Currently, this tool does not appear to work with keyboards connected via Bluetooth. Let's have a look on my Chromebook. So to find the diagnostic app, we're going to come down and again launch the launcher, and we're going to search diagnostic, and we're going to find this, and here the app is right here. It's actually on your Chromebook in the app section. You can certainly find it looking in your apps. So let's click this and bring up our diagnostics, and you'll see now we have a keyboard. Let's click the keyboard, and my keyboard is a built-in keyboard that came with my Chromebook. You may want a different keyboard. You may like a keyboard you're used to with usual keys. The keyboard of a Chromebook that is built in is often a little bit different. So let's see how we can test the keys to see which keys go where. So let's bring up, we're going to click, so this says built-in keyboard. We're going to test this, so we're going to click this, and this brings up my, my keyboard. So as I tap, let me take the number. If we come down here to the letter Z, I'm going to click Z on my keyboard, and it shows me as I touch the Z key, it highlights it on the test, which means it's working perfectly. Let's come up to T. I'm going to click T, and I can see now that it works perfectly on my keyboard. And you can go through the various keys on your keyboard to ensure that they map correctly to the keys that on your Chromebook. And to escape, you hit Alt, and to leave, you hit Alt Escape. And when you're finished, you can click Done. And that is the new keyboard mapping test feature on Chrome OS 110. Another feature I'd like to show you is closed captioning in your Chrome browser. I have mine turned on, so let me show you how this works. I'm going to open my Chrome browser, and we're going to go to a YouTube video that I have, but this could be any media that's played within your Chrome browser. So let's just go to YouTube, and I'm going to open a video that I have. Let's pick one. Well, here's one by a fella by Norbert Gostisha. All right, let's see what he has to say. We're going to click on this video, and we're going to play this. And of course, he has the video starts, and you'll see down below that closed captioning is available, and it plays at the bottom. And you'll see as he's talking, the closed captioning is reading along underneath the video. So let me show you how to set this up. Let's go out of this now. We're going to come down to our menu again, bottom right-hand corner on the shelf. We're going to come over here to the right side. We're going to click this. Let's go to Settings. And on the right side, we're going to, or sorry, the left side, we're going to come over to Personalization. And we're going to come down, keep going down, 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 down. And we're going to come to Accessibility. And we're going to come right down to Audio and Captions. Let's click this. And as we come down, we're going to see Caption Preferences. Customize caption size style for live caption. Some apps and sites will also be using this setting. So as we come down now, we can completely customize this. So you saw the settings that were on my Chrome browser. We can choose the text size. So if we want the size to be very small, we can make, oh, I can't see that. Let's make it really large. We'll make it very large, and that would pretty much cover the whole screen. But if you have trouble with your vision, this would be a big benefit for you. We'll go back to Recommended. Then we can also change the font. And again, you have lots of different fonts to choose. If you want to change the font, you can certainly do that. You can also change the color. If we come down here, maybe we want it blue. Well, that doesn't look very good. Maybe white. There you go. That's probably better. We can also do text opacity. We can make it transparent. Oh, you can't see it, but you certainly can change these around and figure out what works best for you. We can also add a text shadow to make this raised. We can also change the background. The default is, of course, black, but we could maybe change the back to the back of it to red. We could also change the background opacity to transparent, and then, of course, you wouldn't see the red. So you can change all these preferences for your caption. So this is live caption, and this is through anything played through your Chrome browser. It could be news reports, any if you're in a news service and you were playing this through your Chrome browser, you would have closed captioning. It really works very well. Try it, give it a try. It's pretty cool. Google Chrome OS 1.11 has begun its rollout to users around the globe. This fast pairing is very exciting. In case you didn't know, Fast Pair gives you the ability to quickly pair compatible Bluetooth devices with just a single click on your device. The technology's been around on Android devices since its launch with the Pixel 2 back in 2017. With the Bluetooth enabled on your Chromebook, you simply have to turn on your compatible Bluetooth device, and your Chromebook should prompt you to connect to the device with one click. Note that your Chromebook does need to support background scanning. As with any fast pair device, you will now be able to quickly move your earbuds or audio device between your different hardware with ease. Well, it's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. Hopefully you've enjoyed a peek into the next 24 months of changes to the Chrome operating system. As well, today I've shown you 4 new features that are either updated or new features in your Chrome OS. If you like this video, we'd sure appreciate a like, and if you want to see more videos like this, you know the subscribe thing. Okay, till we see you again next, have a great day.
Today, I'm going to cover
Here it
as
goes.
much of this article that I found on Android Police called 15 Chrome OS Tips and Tricks for Your New Chromebook. We're going to go through them one at a time and try to get in as many as we can. I'm Huey Poplock. Now, when we start this, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to open up Print Friendly, because this will give us a much easier read from the article. It takes out all of the ads, and we could increase the print so you can read it a little bit better along with me. Chromebooks make wonderful computers for many people due to their relatively low price tags and ease of use. Our favorite Chromebooks add other great features to the Chromebook experience, such as a touchscreen, included stylus, or a fingerprint sensor. Chrome OS, the operating system on Chromebooks, has many fun and useful features that make for a great user experience. And here is the author's favorite Chrome OS features that every Chromebook user should know. Gesture with your touchpad. There are several ways to move around Chromebooks, whether you use a touchpad, a keyboard, or a touch screen if you have one. The Chrome OS makes your touchpad more useful than just using a mouse by including gestures to make moving around your device easier. The first one on this list is tap the touchpad with 2 fingers simultaneously to right click, and you only tap it once. But when you do, wherever your mouse is, that's the right mouse click that you see. The second one is put 2 fingers on the touchpad and move them up or down to scroll. Put 2 fingers on the touchpad and move them left or right to go forward or back in Chrome. Swipe up with 3 fingers to see all your open windows. Swipe down with 3 fingers to go back to your last open window. Open a link by tapping it with 3 fingers. Close a Chrome tab by tapping it with 3 fingers. Put 3 fingers on the touchpad and move them left or right to move through your Chrome tabs. And then finally in this list, and there's a lot more, switch between your desks if you use multiple desks by swiping left or right with 4 fingers. So by using your fingers, you can move around your screen easier than using the mouse just by using your touchpad. You can also control your Chromebook with your keyboard. In addition to the gestures available by using your touchpad, you can do a ton with the keyboard shortcuts. You can use your keyboard to do anything from refreshing the page to opening a new tab. To see a list of the available keyboard shortcuts, simultaneously press Control, Alt, and the question mark. And the most used ones are Control T, which opens a new tab. Control Tab closes the current tab. Control Shift Tab opens the last tab you closed. Control Tab and Control Shift Tab moves through your tabs. And then Alt Tab moves you through your windows. And Search L locks your computer. And don't forget, Control C is copy, Control V is paste. The next item, take your screen for a spin. This is a fun thing. Chrome OS aims to be productive and a fun operating system, so Google included some amusing features that don't serve a purpose. The best of these is the ability to do a barrel roll. To do this, you click on the Control, Shift, Alt, and Rotate button and watch it spin. Now the Rotate button it's got the circle like a refresh key, and it is the refresh key. So we're going to hit Control, Alt, Shift, and the Rotate button, and that's what it does. And that's it. But it's fun to do. So again, Control, Alt, Shift, and the refresh button, and that's it. Anyway, have fun. Turn on the caps lock without a dedicated key. Most people are used to using a Windows or a Mac computer, which have dedicated caps lock keys. Chromebook keyboards are a bit different and do not have a dedicated caps lock key. Still, there's a way to turn on caps lock with the keyboard. You press the Alt search at the same time and the caps lock is on. You press that same key combination again and that turns it off. So it's the Alt search, or sometimes called the everything button, but it's the Alt and search or Alt and everything at the same time. That will turn on the caps lock. You do it again, that turns it off. Quickly open pinned apps and websites. Much like the taskbar on Windows or the dock on Macs, Chromebooks have a space at the bottom of the screen where you can save apps and websites you access often. This is called a shelf in the Chrome OS, and there are a couple of ways to access these items. You can tap them with the mouse to open them, or use the keyboard access for the first 10 items on your shelf. To do this, you press the Alt and the number of the keyboard corresponding to the item you want to open. For example, to open the 5th item on your shelf, you tap Alt 5. In this case, we're going to open down here at the bottom the 3rd one, which is this one right here. Hopefully you can see that in the recording, but I'm going to hold the Alt key and hit 3, and it will open up my Gmail. And that's it. Reposition your shelf. Speaking of the shelf, if you don't like having it at the bottom of the screen, the Chrome OS allows you to move it, unlike Windows 11. To do so, you right-click on your home screen, mouse over the shelf position, and either select left, bottom, or right. So let's try that. We're going to right mouse click here, shelf position. We can go to the left, and you'll see it here over on the left. Click it again. I can put it on the right, and it shoved me over a little bit. We'll do it again, shelf position, and this time we'll put it back on the bottom. That's it for repositioning your shelf. Take advantage of desks. Chromebooks include a great feature called Desks, which allows you to have different desktops for different tasks that you're trying to accomplish. For example, if you're working but want to play a game, you can create a desk with your work items and create a separate desk to play your game. Then you won't have to deal with all of those windows. This next one I'm going to attempt to do live, or we're going to record it live, and it's get notifications from your phone or on your Chromebook. I'm going to attempt to do this live and record it as I'm doing it. Hopefully it's going to work. This is getting notifications from your phone on your Chromebook. Chromebooks pair well with Android phones since there are integrations between the two devices through a Chromebook feature called Phone Hub. One of the most useful features in the ability to access your phone notifications on your Chromebook. Connect your phone to your Chromebook, enable the notification feature, and you're ready to go. So let's go to the support for Google, and we're going to go to connect your Android phone to your Chromebook. You can do more with your Chromebook when you can connect your Android phone. You can sync chat notifications, you can share files, you can send and receive text messages on your Chromebook. You can connect your Chromebook to your phone network, and you can unlock your Chromebook with your phone. What you need is the Chrome OS version 71 and up, and I'm on 111, so we're good there. And the Android version needs to be 5.1 and up, and I'm on version 12. And you can check to see how you can find those by clicking on this page. A Google account that you're signed into, which we are, on both your phone and your Chromebook. Hopefully that's the case, because I have several Google accounts. If you use your Chromebook at work or school, you may not be able to use these features with your phone. For more information, contact your administrator if there is one. Now, the first part of this is connect your phone during the Chromebook setup. Well, we've already set it up. We've been using it. So what we're going to do is come down here to connect your phone anytime. So at the bottom right, select the time. Let's see. This is during the Chromebook. Okay. Come over here. Select the time and then select settings. And that's right here. It's going to cover that. I'm going to move it out of the way here as soon as it comes up. And select the settings, which I did. Then under connected devices, next to the Android phone, click setup. And next to convert, there we go. And then we want to set up right here. Next to Android phone, we're going to click setup. Connect to your phone. So it knows my phone, it sees my phone. When you connect your device, you will agree that your Chromebook can sync Wi-Fi networks with your phone, can access your phone's camera roll, and offer new features as they become available. So we're going to tell it to accept and continue. Now it wants the password, and I have to remember what it is. This is a security, for security reasons. Okay, all set. Go to settings to see your options for better together. So it's done. Let's see what that means. Yeah, there it is. It's disabled. We have to turn it on. And let's do that. And again, I have to put in my password and confirm. Okay, it's now enabled. Now let's go back to the article and see what we have to do next. Well, it just tells us how to disconnect it. Let's come back to the article. And down here at the bottom, it says, once this feature is enabled, at any time you get a notification on your phone, it pops up on your notifications on your Chromebook. I don't know if I can show that or not. I guess I can't, but it will show up. Let's see if it even puts one up there now. Yeah, it says you're sharing your screen. But if I get something on my phone as a notification, it will show up on my Chromebook now. If it's a message, you can reply to it from your Chromebook. This is an incredibly useful feature because you can use your Android phone while you're on your Chromebook without having your Android phone next to you. So you could have it charging on your charger in the other room, and when you get a message, you can answer it. I want to add a little bit more to the feature of connecting it to the phone hub. And let's take a look at settings. We go to settings. We're going to come down here to connected devices. And you'll see next to my phone, there's a little arrow to the side that has more choices here. So right now, we have enabled the phone connection. We also have Smart Lock, which is unlocking your Chromebook with your phone, and that's turned on, so I can do that. I can do instant tethering, but I don't have that on. And then under the phone hub, there's some things we can do. Access your phone's capabilities from your Chromebook, and we've turned that on. We also have the recent Chrome tabs, and that's turned on. And then we have the recent photos, and we need to set that up. And then I already mentioned that you can see notifications from my phone. Let's go ahead and set up the recent photos and see if we can make this work. Be more productive when you connect your phone to your Chromebook. View your phone's photos and media. And let's see, make sure your phone is close by, is unlocked. So let me just go ahead and unlock it. I've got my phone right here. And let's go back to the screen here. And now we're going to say next. I get something on my screen. I don't think you can see it too well, but it's asking me to allow access to recent photos, and I click on allow. And you can now view your recent photos and media, and it's saying done. Now, I'm not sure how we do that, but we can. And we've got Wi-Fi sync as well. So, but let's go ahead and figure out how we do that. So I am going to guess that it's going to be in files. And then we're going to have photos there, but I'm not sure. Let's see if there's photos here, but that's on here. That's not on my phone, so I'm not sure how we do that. In order to do anything with the phone hub, you'll notice now we have a phone down here at the bottom in the shelf, and it says phone hub. When we click on it, it gives us some things to see. We can see that my phone is 61% battery level, and I can see something with the access to the internet, and I can go to settings here. I'm not going to do that yet. I can enable the hotspot if I needed to on the phone. I can silence the phone, and I can locate the phone. And then down here I have recent photos, and there's 4 showing here. If I click on one of them, I can download them. So I can look, but I don't know if I can get more than just the recent ones. Let's look at the settings here. This is what we had, so that's not it. I wanted to explain a few things about the pairing of the phone. I did find out that it will only take 4 pictures at the bottom. And in order to really move files and photos, you really need to turn on nearby share. Now, I've already turned it on to test it to be able to tell you that today. So let's look at more information about the nearby share. What I had to do is go ahead, set it up to talk to my phone and the device, this device, and then pair them. You can make it either visible to everyone, or you can change the visibility to either some contacts, hidden, or all contacts. And I made it only visible to me. And see if I can just turn that off. I guess I have to save it. There's no other way. you can change the device name, but I've already got it. I'm saying it's the Chromebook. So when my phone sees it, it's going to see it as the Chromebook. And then the contacts, the data usage, and there's nothing there I need to worry about. So it was just turning on the nearby share and then putting in the information to have the phone be able to see it. Then what you can do is put the phone near it. They'll recognize and talk to each other using Bluetooth, and then you can copy files or photos over using Bluetooth. That's it for the tips for today. My name is Huey Poplock, and this has been some tips and tricks with your Chromebook.
There you go.
So Huey, I've often wondered on that feature. I don't know if anyone here can explain that to me. Is like on my phone, all my pictures are saved to Google Photos. If I want to see a photo, I just go to Google Photos on my Chromebook. Like if I want to add a photo, if I'm writing a letter, an email, I want to add a photo, I just click Photos Add, and it's right in Google Photos, and it's done. I don't see the pairing and the sharing of photos if you use Google Photos. I think that's a clumsy way of going about it. It's so easy just to do it in Google Photos. I mean, I guess that's my take on that. I've never understood that.
Not everybody uses Google Photos.
That's true. That's true.
And
that's true.
That's the big thing. And
That's the big.
it looks at your gallery on your phone, and so you don't even have to go to Google Photos.
Right. Well, Drew, do you have a comment?
Yeah, that nearby sharing was a part of Android before it was a part of Chromebook. And it's a feature that allows you to do things that you couldn't do before you had that photos thing. Nearby sharing can copy a file from it. I could share a file with Huey, who has an Android phone, with nearby sharing.
Right. Right.
So that's why it's there.
Yeah,
right.
It's files and pictures.
The files I see, but the pictures on just, it just, at least for me personally, I don't see that as a big feature. Anyway, Bill, go ahead. You're muted. Bill's muted. Maybe while Bill's unmuting himself, I'm going to
issues.
Yeah, I'm going to. I wanted just to mention a couple of things before we finish. Is there anyone here with a Pixelbook? I thought there was some Pixelbook people in our show. Is there anyone here that is Pixel? Someone in our group? There's a couple of people that have Pixelbooks. Anyway, to make a long story short, is that the Pixelbooks, because Google hasn't made them now for some time, we're running into an end of life situation. And next year, my computer, my great Pixelbook, which I love so much, will be, not only will it be out of date, but the battery will be dead. Like our friend Michael Daniels, his is already crapped out. Mine's well on its way because of the battery issue. So we're looking, and Google isn't going to make any more Pixelbooks. What I wanted to share with you today, and just let you know, if you are interested, the replacement will be, just a minute here. The replacement, and this is just coming out, this will be the replacement for the Pixelbook. It has all the specifications of a Pixelbook. It's called the HP Dragonfly Chromebook, and this is made by HP. Now, as you can see, it's out of stock. These are really hard to find now and not available, but these will be coming on the market. And I'll be putting the link in our notes. But these are all the specifications of, these are very high-end Chromebooks that really will work well. And they're not cheap. I think the starting price of this is $1,000 and up. So we're talking about truly replacement desktop or laptops. But if you are looking for a replacement for your Chromebook and you really are all in, then I would draw your attention to this. This is a Chrome Unboxed that came out this morning. I would, this is for sure going to be the replacement for the Pixelbook. And I just want to let everyone know that. So if you are thinking about, replacing yourself with a Chromebook that is very functional, then I'll just let you know about that. Bill, did you get your unmuted? Did you get yourself
I
unmuted, Bill?
believe so. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go. Okay,
Yeah,
we got you.
yeah.
Great.
I had to do it 3 different ways, but I finally found one that worked.
Good. Okay.
Did I hear you correctly, Ron, that the keyboard test would not work with a Bluetooth keyboard?
Correct.
No.
I don't think that's what the that's. I don't have a Bluetooth keyboard, so I can't tell you mine's built in. But a lot of people want to use they may have a plug-in keyboard that's an old Windows keyboard, or they may want to plug a physical keyboard in, and a lot of the keys don't actually work. In other words, they're not mapped to the Chromebook. So that's a cool way of changing or testing the keys that you can do that with the keyboard test. The other thing that Huey had mentioned was using the caps lock feature in the showing you how to do a caps lock on your Chromebook. We've talked about this, and I've done a number of videos about how to remap the keys on your keyboard. You can actually remap the keys to different key combinations on your keyboard. So you could make let's say we don't have F1, F2, F3, F4, but you can actually take those keys and you can remap them to do a caps lock, okay? And I tried that, and I would caution everybody. My experience was very poor, and I turned it back off. And part of it is some of the programs don't work because that works maybe in Gmail where it's okay and it works for your caps lock and all that sort of stuff. But then you'll go on to another program, and all of a sudden when you push that button, it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. So you got to be careful with that. So my advice is don't remap your keyboard. But if there's some specific reason and you have to do it, then there is a remapping your keyboard in the settings, which we've shown you that lots of times before.
Okay, I do have a Microsoft wired keyboard hooked up to my Chromebook.
Yeah,
I
test it.
Found any... What's that?
Test it. Test the keys.
Yeah, I have, and everything seems to work. And it's almost like having a Windows keyboard running your keys on your Chromebook.
Right.
And so I've been real happy with it.
Yeah. And if it works, great. That's good. But you might find there is a key or two that just doesn't work, and you can test it. That's the way of testing it. So you can do that.
I'll do that after the show.
Yeah. Check the caps lock.
Oh, that does work.
Does it? Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I can probably try it in the chat for you. Oh, that was one other thing. The chat and the full transcript, every time Hugh or you changed commands, it would throw it off the screen, and I have to turn it back on. Is there some way I can take those out of the screen that is for the Zoom and put them on the other keyboard or other screen?
Do you have a second screen?
Yes.
Is this on a Chromebook?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know. I don't have a second screen on my Chromebook. I do on my PC, and it just stays on that second screen.
Okay.
Does anyone, I tried to give everyone a sort of a hint in view of shades of things to come over the next 24 months. We'll undoubtedly be talking a lot about these changes that are going to occur, but hopefully everyone just gives everyone a vision as to what is going to happen. Probably won't affect, it's all just going to happen seamlessly, and that's why it's taking 24 months to do, right? It's going to slowly occur, and probably like Chromebooks, you'll never have to do anything. It'll just magically appear.
I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. Any questions? Does anyone have any questions about anything we discussed today?
I just tried that and it does show up there, all caps in the chat.
Oh, does it? Okay. All right.
Does that mean I'm shouting?
Yep.
All right.
Well, it's been a lot of information to you. Some you may have already known. I know the keyboard strokes and the using the pad. I just don't remember them all. And the best way to do it is do one or two at a time until you get used to it and remember it, and then try another one. Don't try to learn a whole bunch of them. It just won't work. You'll get confused.
Huey?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Would that help if we, when we're chatting and have a question, to put it in all caps so that you
No.
can see it and it's not
No.
just saying, hi, I'm from Willamette Valley?
No.
Sometimes people put, if we had a stand, I don't think it's busy enough for that, but if sometimes people put cues in front of questions, and you can often, and that helps them, but we're not, if we had 2,000 or 3,000 people here, it would probably be difficult, but with the small numbers we have, I don't think we can see the chat quite easily.
Okay.
All right. It's that time, Ron.
It's lunchtime. It's lunchtime.
It's almost dinner time. It's
Oh,
almost
it's
dinner time.
All right, welcome. We'll see everyone next month, I guess, eh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Okay. All right then. Bye-bye now.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.